Oh, we lost the wheel. No.
Yeah, it looks like we're working on it right there. And just do a close-up all the way around of where the tubes all go.
Okay.
And that way. And how all the brackets are oriented, you know, it just helps us. We were just talking about options in terms of upgrading this in the future. So this is just a stock 2-barrel carb that comes on a 318. And I was trying to explain that essentially an engine is just a giant air pump. And the more fuel you can and air you can get in and out of it, the quicker, the more horsepower it's going to make. So if we upgrade to a 4-barrel carb and there's now 4 barrels, we can get essentially twice the volume of fuel and air into it. But along with that, we would be either changing the intake, well, obviously, because we only have a 2-bolt setup here, so we'd have to find an intake, but there's plenty of swaps. We can find used stuff too. So making these ports bigger and shoving more air and fuel into this thing and out of it, making the heads just a little bit more efficient. Tiny, cheap hot rod stuff that guys used to do back in the day when these things were popular. Intake. Out. Oh.
Garbage.
In the bin. No, I won't take that from my dudes over in Australia. It all looks pretty good so far. Back from lunch break. I pulled the timing set off of it while we were gone.
Turn it on for you.
Yeah, we're good. So we're on our 318 build, right?
Yeah.
So I was looking at casting numbers and manufacture date. This is from a 1977. And under here we find, I don't know if you'll be able to see it because of the light. There, 10/7/76. And that number right there, I'm sorry, is it 10? Yeah, 10 or 18. That number right there is the date that they casted this block. So they make the sand mold for this block, impregnate that date, and then it's there forever so that we know when the mold was made. That mold was made late 76, so it went into all the 77s. So that checks out that this engine is the engine that came out. It's the original engine from that vehicle. Now, the other way to find out what engine you have on a Mopar is over on the driver's side. Down here we have a number, 400-6850-360. So this is not a 318. This is a 360, which is way more desired. And if you really wanted to verify, you could measure the bore and the stroke and multiply it by 8, and you would come up with 360 cubic inches. Boom! So you have a way better engine than you even thought you did. But basically they used this same block setup with slightly different cam variations, but the block was pretty much the same, and therefore they just used either a longer stroke or a larger bore to make their larger CC. So it's all based on the same block. All the Mopar large blocks, or big blocks, are all based on the same block too. Those are the bearing surfaces. Doesn't look horrendous. So this is number 1's bearing. Very much gone. Let's wipe it off and see if we can get you. Okay. That's straight done. All the gray is just like metallic shmoo. So that
Metallic
was number,
Shmoo.
Yeah, Metallic Shmoo. That's a good band name, huh? That's number 1. Let's pull the other bearings here and see what's going on. That one's already off. Oh, it's so gone. And it's funny because some of that, like the main, or the oil, the last one is number 5. That one's decent. I mean, it's got a little wear, but the cap side's fine. Let's see, what was that? 1, 2, and 3 were terrible. One's roasted. Here, I'll put these in there to mimic where they were. Look at your oiling hole is even plugged up, so there's an oil galley right there, and there's supposed to be a hole in the center of the bearing, and it's just non-existent because they're just filled with metal shavings. We saved this motor. Done. Minus a motor mount.
Yeah.